What's going on, YouTube? Just want to give a quick disclaimer here. The first 3 or 4 minutes of the video, Jake's audio, it's coming from 2 different audio sources and got a little messed up. It clears up around 3 minutes in, so hang in there. Hope you enjoy the video. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to another episode of the Pre-Order Bonus. I'm one of your hosts, Cameron Warren, and I'm joined as always by my other host, Jacob Price. Jake, it's been another week. How you doing?
It has been quite a week, let me tell you. It is. It's not been easy, but here we are.
Here we are indeed playing video games. Jake, I see you on Xbox Live, and I'm not going to lie, you're hopping around a lot of stuff. And it's really got me worried. I got to be honest. I know we got huge open world. We got Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and we've got what's the other? Immortals: Phoenix Rising. 2 massive beasts of games that I know that we're both playing. I'll tell you, for my part, I had completely kind of bounced off Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and then just the other night I jumped back in, and they've definitely done some updates, like graphically. Like the game looks better than it ever has before. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Like it's definitely like an Xbox Series X like showcase game now, in my opinion. And I jumped back in, and I'm actually really digging it. So I'm excited to kind of power through that over the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I think it was like January 11th, and then sometime around there, Valhalla got some sort of performance or graphical upgrade, and then on the 14th, is today the 14th? Yeah, today's the 14th. I think today Immortals was supposed to get something also. So
yeah, I saw they teased some free DLC that's coming for Immortals, or maybe part of the paid DLC. I can't remember, but even more content coming to that 70-hour game. So look forward to that.
Yeah. I think it's paid. I'm fairly confident it is, but I think there's a season pass actually. So they're planning on 2 or 3 DLC drops.
Yeah, there's a ton of, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla is the same thing. Ubisoft has these season passes, right? They're like, there's going to be, I mean, by the time Assassin's Creed Valhalla is done in 2 years, it's literally going to be like a 250-hour game.
Yeah.
Jake, what else have you been playing?
Well, like you said, I've been bouncing around a lot. So there's kind of a lot going on. I recently picked up Remnant from the Ashes again. 2 people that we have talked about a lot, I feel like, on this podcast. We haven't had them on, though. Freddie Go Boom and Dimitri the Spy. I played them a lot, and one of us came up with the idea to play it. Started playing it. It's actually a ton of fun. I'm really enjoying it. The story is absolutely bonkers, so I'm not playing for the story. But that's been a lot of fun. I've been chugging along in Super Mario Galaxy on the Switch. Super Mario Odyssey just came in the mail today. Let's see. I played Windbound finally. That's a game that Cameron and I talked about a few months ago. And tonight I might hop back in on River City Girls. I'm all over the place, Cameron. But I will say I have been playing Immortals.
The Division 2, right? As well.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I forgot.
Too many games, man. What are you doing?
I mean, this is normal for me. I'm always playing way too many games. But my brothers-in-law, they're really into the Division 2. I never really loved it, and so they reached out. They're like, hey, you haven't played together in a while. Do you want to hop back into Division 2? I was like, sure. So I've been playing with them. It's been fun, though. I mean, they're fun to play with.
Well, I'll tell you, so in preparation for Hitman 3 coming out, I jumped back into my Hitman 2 save, and that's a good video game. Although I found out one little snafu, and I have to correct myself from our last episode, that Hitman 3 does not actually include all 3 games. It only integrates all 3 games. And I was super bummed out and disappointed because it doesn't have cross buy. So like, even though I've already bought Hitman 2 on my on PC, like it's not gonna be on my Hitman 3 for for Xbox Series, because I think I'm going to get it on Series X for obvious reasons. I just my PC is not as good as my Xbox Series X is now.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, that's a good video game, Jake. I think we should definitely put that one on the docket. I think that's a unique experience that I really want your perspective on. I know that's
I know. It's a little out of my wheelhouse. But I don't know. Division 2's out of my wheelhouse and I'm playing it, so we'll see.
All right, Jake. Well, enough about that. I do want to mention one piece of news that happened this week, and that is the announcement of Lucasfilm Games.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to say there are quite a few announcements, but I think this one announcement covers most of them.
Yeah, so Lucasfilm, as many of you probably know, that is the umbrella for all things Star Wars, obviously owned by Disney. Kind of the way their studios are set up is they've got Marvel, they've got Lucasfilm, they've got Fox now. Anyway, they kind of separate these properties, right, into distinct entities. Well, Lucasfilm now has everything, all the games being published under Lucasfilm Games, and they've announced that there's all these games in the works, and that basically the EA license is totally dead. No, I'm sorry. It's not totally dead. They're going to continue to make, we're definitely getting Fallen Order 2. We're definitely getting, more games from EA. But what this means is that the stuff is expanding, right? So we're getting, what were the big ones, Jake? We're getting an Indiana Jones game from Bethesda.
Yep.
And by some way or how, Todd Howard claims, who's been the game director at Bethesda for a long time, he claims that he is directing the Indiana Jones game, Starfield, and Elder Scrolls 6 at the same time, and that is not going to impact his workflow.
I like how he said he claims, like a true journalist and a true disbeliever.
I mean, how in the world could he possibly do that, Jake? I can't even do one job in a podcast. How is he directing 3 games?
A lot of assistant directors is going to be my take. I think he just wants to have the creative, final decision.
He wants that creative cred, right?
Yeah, I mean, not to say that he's not going to do a good job. I think he's going to do a good job. But yeah. It's a long one.
And then, what were the other 2? And then they also announced, I think it might have just been 2 big ones, but they also announced that the creator of Division 2, is it Massive Studios, Jake?
Yeah, Massive.
They're making an open world Star Wars game, story driven open world Star Wars game. So that's pretty cool news, right?
That is cool news. I still think out of all those games, I'm probably the most excited for Fallen Order 2. But it'll be cool to have the Indiana Jones game come out. I think there were a bunch of Indiana Jones games for PC, right? I don't think I've ever played one. But I'm assuming this is going to be much more like, everybody's making the inevitable comparison to Uncharted, but I think it's going to be more like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, so honestly, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell. They're the creators of The Division, so they're very cover shooter, which makes me a little bit worried. I don't really want a cover shooter in the Star Wars universe. I'm not sure about you, Jake, but I'm just I'm not sure about that. I got to be honest, out of all these, I think I'm most excited about Machine Games' version of Indiana Jones. I don't know if you've played any of the Wolfenstein games, Jake. Have you? They're on Game Pass.
I know they're on Game Pass.
Oh my
Cameron,
man.
You can't get on my case for not playing all these games, and then get on my case for playing too many games. Pick one.
That's fair. Okay, but there's some games are more important than others, right?
Come on. You're telling me that Wolfenstein is more important than River City Girls?
Yes. Also, Batman.
Batman.
So I think this leads well into the next part of the conversation, which is the actual episode, because today we're doing predictions. And Jake, so we're taking a book. So for everyone listening, I want to give credit where credit's due. So if you ever listen to Kotaku Split Screen, that was formerly Jason Schreier, who's now at Bloomberg, and Kirk Hamilton, who used to be at Kotaku and is now independent. He has a podcast called Strong Songs, fantastic about songs. he's a fantastic musician. Anyway, they have a new podcast now called Triple Click Pod, and it's him, Jason Schreier, Kirk Hamilton, and Maddie Myers. And one of the things they do every year is they do a predictions episode, and it's super fun. And so I'm totally just stealing their idea, but I'm giving credit. So I have a reference for this.
So it's not plagiarism.
It's not plagiarism. No, like shout out to the podcast. If you guys haven't listened to them, shout out to their podcast. You should totally download them. But yeah, so today we're gonna do predictions. Jake, are you ready?
Are you ready?
So here's the deal. The way that they do it is that you go through your predictions. We'll each go through all 10 of ours. Mm-hmm. You are allowed to object, and then the person has to do a backup prediction. Now, I'm not going to be very picky about these unless they're like totally and supremely obvious. Okay, like this game's going to get delayed indefinitely. It probably is not a good one. We didn't really talk about this, so hopefully you don't have any of those. But whoever wins at the end of the year will do a breakdown, and then whoever wins, the other person has to play a game of the other person's choice.
It's probably going to be River City Girls now.
I was about to say, I think mine's going to be Batman. Because I don't think you're ever going to play Batman.
If you win, I will.
If you play Batman, I'll change the game. How about that? And I'll make it I'll make it Wolfenstein. Okay, Jake. Let me adjust my camera here. Okay. You ready for this? Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay, so here's the deal. You're just going to go through all 10. And then if there's any that are really super, super obvious, I'm probably going to stop you. So just tell me.
Okay, so Cameron's going to stop me at number two.
Okay, let's go for it.
Okay. First one. This might be considered obvious, but let me give some details behind this prediction that will make it maybe a little more specific. First one I have is they're definitely going to do some type of 3D All-Stars for Zelda because it's the 35th anniversary. But let me tell you the games. It's going to be Ocarina of Time. It's going to be Wind Waker. And it's going to be Twilight Princess. And all the people, they're just going to complain that Majora's Mask is not on there. So that's like 3 predictions in one.
Okay, so wait. So just to be clear, this is number 1, and this is a like Zelda combo pack like Mario All-Stars. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So it's going to be like Mario All-Stars in every way. The games are just going to be, they're not going to be changed greatly. I think, let's see, Ocarina of Time got like its HD remake on 3DS. It'll be that version. Wind Waker's version will be the HD version that came out on Wii or Wii U. I can't remember. And then Twilight Princess HD. They're all just those games. No changes.
So the prediction is they're coming out, or do you have a specific date? I feel like you need to give a date behind this to make it valid.
A specific date? Okay, I think...
No, you know what? Actually, that's... I'll let you do it. It's fine.
Okay.
How about you pick like a quarter? You pick a quarter of 2021. How about that?
Okay, yeah. Q3.
Okay, so Q3 we're getting Mario All-Stars like Zelda combo pack for the Switch.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, keep going.
Okay. The second one. This one I needed filler. Okay. There's just going to be an official Master Chief Xbox Series X package, meaning that the console is going to have a specific decal. And the controller is too, and it's going to come pre-installed with Halo Infinite.
Really?
And my backup to that is...
Come on. All right. Let's hear your backup.
Okay. My backup... I had one on here that I took off. Okay, here's one. This is another one to make Nintendo fans mad. We are going to get 0 official news on Metroid Prime 4 in 2021.
I feel like that's a pretty safe prediction, but I'll let you have it.
Okay. Fine. I mean, they had to.
You're definitely going to win now.
Up, so I just think we're going to get 0 official news. Nothing.
I feel like you're probably going to win that, Jake.
I hope.
So I think somebody on Twitter, I think we both follow, was posting like a timeline for all the Zelda games that have come out, and then a timeline for all the Metroid Prime games, and there's been like no Metroid Prime games.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
That's okay, next one I have here. Ghost of Tsushima 2 is announced, and they're just going to give us some like 20-second teaser. I'll give a date for this one. I think it's also going to be Q3.
Okay, so Ghost of Tsushima 2 is announced, and it has to be in Q3.
Yep, okay. And honestly, I'm doubting myself. When it gets announced in Q3, it's going to be at the Game Awards.
Okay, fine. I'll give you that one.
Is that Q3? That's Q4. What am I saying? No, what's the event in the summer? Whatever the summer event is.
The Game Awards. E3? E3 is probably not happening, so...
No, they just did it this summer. Jeez, I can't even think of it.
Oh,
whatever.
Summer Games something?
Yeah, the thing they made up because everything's pandemic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they'll have something again this summer. Whatever. That's fine. I'll take
whatever it is. It's got to be summer, though.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay. Next one on my list. It's a two-parter, okay? Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 is going to release, and it's not going to be delayed.
It's going to release this year?
It's going to release this year, and it won't be delayed.
Whoa.
So they're going to announce a date, and it's going to come out on that date.
So it's going to be like in April or in May, they're going to be like, hey, what's up? Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 coming PS5 fall. That would be insane.
And it will release. All right. And then my follow-up to that is that Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1 is coming to Game Pass day one. It launches on Xbox and PC.
Wait. Is that the same prediction or is that a new prediction?
I have it as a sub-prediction, but that could be my backup for the Halo one.
That's fine. I'll take it. That's insane. That's never going to happen.
Okay. Put on your tinfoil hats with me. All right.
No. Okay. I want to hear the rationale actually behind this one, to be honest with you.
Which one? The Game Pass one or the other one?
The both, because there's no freaking way.
Okay.
Like, what's your logic behind making this prediction? That's what I want to understand.
Okay. Here's my logic. There is no logic. No, okay. So here's what's going on. Final Fantasy VII Remake was announced in 2015. And the thing about remakes is that in terms of pre-production, you don't really have to do too much with story. Yes, I get Final Fantasy VII Remake has added a ton to the story, and we're getting this super fleshed out version of the original version that came out, so long ago. But I think that their teams are treating this like Peter Jackson was treating the Lord of the Rings trilogy, all in one take, right? 3 films, right? They're all done. They're all filmed at once. And so I think Final Fantasy VII Remake, however many parts it is, all in one take. And so I think we're going to get more of a consistent schedule of a release date for each part because of that. And that's why my prediction is that it's going to release without delay because they've seen the pandemic and they've seen, okay, but this game has been in production. We're doing these all in one take. By the way, everybody, I made that up. That's just my logic here of what I'm thinking. And then they're going to be able to confidently say, like, maybe it was supposed to come out this winter, but they're going to be like, you know what? Nope, this is a fall 2021 release, but they're going to launch it.
I mean, I could see that. Like, I think, and I love the prediction, so let's keep it. My comment on that is that the PS5 has so much more power that it makes me think that part 2 is going to be drastically different in terms of what it does to take advantage of like PS5 output. But that's just my 2 cents. But if it happened, it would be amazing. But
yeah, but to be honest, I think it's going to be a PS4, PS5 game. I don't think it's going to be exclusive to PS5.
You're probably right. Man.
And of course, I'm assuming a lot here, and that they're producing all of these games just sort of back to back in one go, right?
Yeah.
And that makes me believe that with the next gen transition, they will still release it on PS4.
Yeah, I mean,
this prediction's multiplying.
This is the biggest prediction that's ever been made. Yeah. All right, next one, Jake.
All right. Do you want me to explain that Final Fantasy VII comes to Game Pass?
Yes.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
This is insane.
It's coming to Game Pass, and I'm saying day one it comes to Xbox and PC because Xbox desperately wants it. And I think they're going to pay a ton of money that is not going to get disclosed. I mean, they've said recently that they're promising to get more Final Fantasy games onto Xbox Game Pass. And if you can get Final Fantasy VII Remake on Game Pass, fine for console players, but I think for PC players, that's a selling point.
Do we know, do we know for a fact that Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming to Xbox, right? It was a timed exclusive.
Yes, we do know that. And I triple checked it before tonight's podcast because I didn't want this prediction to be just, baseless.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, okay, so I'm seeing stuff. Okay. I could see this. I could actually see this happening. I also have some interesting Game Pass predictions, but we'll get to those in a minute.
Ooh, okay. I'm
okay,
excited.
Jake, keep going.
All right, moving right along. After that, I think Nintendo Online gets better. And this is how it's going to get better. They're going to do more trials.
Likely
so this kind of
story, man.
Okay, hear me out. I mean, this whole episode is the tinfoil hat episode, right? But hear me out. Nintendo Online is going to get better in this way. This flew under the radar, but Crash Team Racing came to Nintendo Online as a trial, meaning you had full access to the game. I believe it was full access, or access to most of the game at least, right? For a few weeks for free. And that was going to boost, people actually using Nintendo Switch Online to race against other players. We're going to see more trials like this, and they're going to be multiplayer games to try to sell Nintendo Switch Online because it's a terrible service right now, right? So that's the first part of that. Okay. And then they're going to add more games, obviously, to the NES and SNES Online. Earthbound is not going to be one of those games. And then my biggest prediction regarding Nintendo Online is that they're actually going to add Game Boy Advance in addition to NES and SNES, but there'll be 0 Pokemon games on it.
Okay, this is a massive prediction. I assume you have this all written down.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I have like 9 pages over here of, the crazy ideas I thought of.
Okay, so this is just okay. So so first of all, what are we even on? Are we on number 6? Where are we at?
Okay, after this, they're all just one-liners. I promise. Okay.
Okay.
But this is a bullet point with like 6 bullet points underneath.
This is number 6 or number 5?
5.
Okay, this is number 5. So
6. I'm sorry, I can't.
This is 6. The prediction is Nintendo Online is going to get better, and
it's getting Game Boy Advance.
Oh, it's getting Game Boy Advanced. Okay, as like part of Nintendo Classic Library or whatever. Is that right?
Yes. But no Pokemon games. They would never do that.
I mean, I was just thinking today at how much Nintendo squanders their IPs. Like, okay, you look at the trailer for Pokemon Snap, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, why can't they just make a full-fledged Pokemon game that looks like that? I mean, is it that hard?
It's because they're making it for Switch, Cameron.
Why can't they? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Pokemon Snap is for Switch.
No, I know. I'm just Pokemon Snap. I saw somebody's rebuttal to that conversation today.
Okay.
And they were saying, but Pokemon Snap, you just sit in a car, right? And so they're saying that the game supposedly, this is the guess, that the game isn't going to be like performance demanding. It's just going to look really pretty, and that's why it's working well on Switch hardware. And I kind of buy into that.
Yeah, but what about Breath of the Wild? That's a bad argument to me.
Hey, it's not Game Freak.
All right, keep going.
I don't know. Should Pokemon games look like new Pokemon Snap? Yeah.
I digress. Okay. Keep going.
Okay, next one I got here. Xbox is going to get a surprise AAA launch that we have 0 news on right now.
Ooh, okay.
So we don't know what this IP is. We don't know which of the 23
from a
studios.
major studio or from one of the Xbox studios?
One of the Xbox studios.
Okay, got it.
Yep. We don't know what the game is. Nothing's been told yet.
It's a surprise launch. So a new game is going to drop this year from Xbox studios that we haven't heard about.
Yes.
Okay. So what studios, did you do the research on this? Like what studios do we know have their game has not been announced yet that could potentially do this? Should we look it up? Let's validate the prediction. Hold on. Xbox studios with no announcement yet. Let's see.
I made a prediction without doing this research, by the way, everybody listening.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure somebody can do the research and figure out how many studios is it? It's like 23 studios or something like that.
They got 23 studios, right? And I think the majority of those studios, since the acquisition, I don't know if they have new IPs.
Somebody has to be sitting back there working on something, right?
That's what I'm thinking. That's my prediction and hope.
All right. Next.
Moving right along. This one, so maybe I need a backup for it, but I think Everwild from Rare, so they had a big creative change not too long ago. I think it's going to get like a massive delay. I think we've got no news on it. I've seen it on anticipated games list of 2021. I have no idea why. I think we're going to get a big official announcement from Everwild postponing the game into like late 2022 or even 2023.
Okay, so it's getting delayed. That's what you're saying.
But like massive delay. I'm thinking like a year at least.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll accept a massive delay. If it's just like to I don't know.
Like a Hogwarts Legacy delay.
That's an easy one, but that's okay. I'll give it to you.
Okay, thanks. I think these next ones aren't too bad. I got two more.
Keep going.
Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, they're going to get their glow-up remakes, just like Spyro and Crash. They're launching this year.
That would be awesome.
Yep. I think that might be... I know... Shoot, I wish I could pull up the article right now, but recently, somebody was asking Phil Spencer about Rare and why Rare wasn't making a new Banjo-Kazooie IP. And Phil Spencer said something along the lines of, they can if they want to, but they want to work on other things. And so I think one of these studios, one of these 23 studios that Xbox has, is doing that. Or they're just, I can't remember the name of the studio that did the remake for Crash and Spyro, but maybe they're just asking them to do it. But it's happening.
That is Toys for Bob.
Toys for Bob.
That is a really good studio name.
Did Toys for Bob do the original okay. I'm spiraling out of control here. All right, ready for the last one?
They did not. They did Skylanders.
Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place tonight. Okay, yeah.
Okay, ready for the last one?
I'm really excited for this one because it's very non-specific, but it'll make a lot of people mad. Ready?
Yep.
God of War 2 Ragnarok is delayed into 2022.
That's such an easy one, man.
But it makes people mad.
I know, but it has to be more specific. I need more specifics or I can't count it. Because it's obviously going to be delayed. Come on. Like it's not going to be delayed?
I think it's totally going to be delayed.
No, it's definitely going to be delayed. That's what I'm saying. It's too easy.
Too easy?
Okay, I need to know when exactly it's going to be delayed. I need some more context and then I can give you this one.
Dang, no, because I don't feel as confident about this one as I do about Everwild. Everwild is just going to be a unicorn for a long time.
I will allow this if you tell me when, like the time period it's going to be delayed and what context. Otherwise, I need a backup.
Okay. Fine. I think God of War 2 is going to be delayed because they don't want to pull a Cyberpunk. I think Cyberpunk has made a lot of these big name AAA publishers and studios really nervous, even if they have no right to be nervous. Like God of War launched just fine.
No, I know. No, listen. I need what, when is it going to be like?
I'm getting there.
Okay,
I think it's going to be delayed out of, I think they want it to be holiday 2021, and I think it's going to be pushed back. I don't know if they would push it as far back as holiday 2022, because I think the original God of War launched just in the middle of the year, and I think that's what's going to happen with God of War 2. I think it's going to be 2 months. I think they're going to do it because they want to slow down crunch or try to prevent crunch, and they don't want to pull a CD Projekt Red.
Okay, is that going to be in like the summer? Is that going to be at the Game Awards? Is that going to be in the fall?
Summer. Q3.
All right, I'll let you have it. But if it doesn't happen this summer, you don't get it.
Fine. I'm going to pull up.
I see. Let me just. I see why Triple Click Pod doesn't allow predicting delays because it's too easy.
It's too easy.
But that's fine. I'll let you have it.
So none of your predictions are delays?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I think I do have. Actually, I don't know if I do, Jake. I don't think I have any because it's so obvious given the pandemic and given what happened with Cyberpunk and given like everything that's happened this last year. Like, it's so obvious. Like Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy, which we didn't talk about, but that got delayed to 2022, and I'm super disappointed about it. But I mean, so be it. That's just the first of many that are going to get pushed for sure.
How about this one? I'm looking through my versions of this document since I edited it a few times.
Okay.
Ghost of Tsushima 2 is titled Ghost of Tokyo.
Okay, that's bold. That's real bold.
It qualifies then, right?
But I'll take it.
Okay.
All right. So that's your number 10 then?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good list. So quickly go through them one more time from top to bottom. Super quick.
So 3D All-Stars equivalent of Zelda, that's Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. Majora's Mask fanboys are really mad, but they buy it anyway. I just had to get on there because I want to get that dig in. Let's see. We disqualified official Master Chief Halo themed Series X. Ghost of Tsushima 2 is announced this summer, and it's announced as Ghost of Tokyo. Final Fantasy VII Part 2 releases this year without any delays, and Final Fantasy VII Remake launches on Game Pass day one. It's released on Xbox and PC. Nintendo Online gets better, and that includes more Trials versions of games, more games to NES and SNES Classic, but no Earthbound. And it's going to finally add Game Boy Advance to that classic library, but with 0 Pokemon games. Xbox is going to surprise us with a first-party AAA release this year on an IP we have 0 news on currently. Everwild is going to get massively delayed a year or more, so we're talking 2022 holiday or 2023. Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, they're going to get their glow-up treatment from, like Spyro and Crash. God of War 2 is going to be delayed. Well, I said 6 months. And what was the one I replaced that one with? Oh, the Ghost of Tokyo.
I really like that one. That would be sick. That would be sick if they can pull that off. Although it makes me wonder how they would pull off the sorry, this is such a tangent, but like I'm trying to think. I think one of the reasons that game worked is because they had the island where they could like kind of carve it up into sections, and it had like the beautiful kind of vegetation and outdoor. They'd have to like completely shift to more of an urban setting. I mean, it's ancient urban, so I mean, I guess they made the what are their games? What's the game series? Infamous, which is urban. So I don't know. Maybe they'll pull it off.
They can do it. I am looking this up right now.
Is there
Tokyo didn't like exist in that time period? Oh man, I shouldn't have looked it up, and I don't know. I'm super ignorant about Japanese feudal history. All I know is what I learned from Ghost of Tsushima. So maybe Ghost of Kyoto. It looks like that might have been around.
I'll take it. If it's Ghost of like a new location, That's so easy, but I like that game so much. I'm just gonna give it to you, Jake.
Okay, Ghost of Kyoto, maybe.
There is a game called Ghostwire Tokyo that's coming out next year.
That's right.
That is a PS5 game. So,
yeah.
All right, Jake, are you ready to get slapped in the face with these predictions? Because
I mean, if you came up with 10 predictions and none of them are delays, I'm really excited.
These are wild. These are wild beyond your wildest dreams of gaming fantasy.
I cannot wait.
This is going to give some of our listeners, this is going to be shocking. So if you're driving right now, like pull over to the side of the road.
More shocking than a Witcher 3 dunk, than Cameron dunking on Witcher 3.
I mean, that happens too often to be shocking at this point. Okay. Here we go. Number 1, Breath of the Wild 2 is announced and surprise released in May.
We're off to a start, that's for sure. May 2021.
May 2021. It's coming. Announced, dropped within 1 month. Boom.
I mean, let's see. New Pokemon Snap is coming at the end of April, so they would be announcing that like what, February?
No. They're just gonna announce it and drop it like within a week. Maybe
I'm glad we uploaded this to YouTube so
30
people can
days.
see my face.
30 days. I'm sticking with it. It's fine.
You should stand by it.
All right, number 2, Starfield from Bethesda is heavily previewed. We get gameplay, we get major trailers, we get the whole like marketing spiel. Is not coming till fall 2022.
Okay. Heavily previewed.
Yeah. Like they
I have to agree with that one though. Not everybody, but a lot of people are like, oh, Starfield's coming out 2021. We've heard nothing about this game. Like, I have no belief it's coming out in 2021.
I mean, I made this one because I just think so many people think this game's coming this year, and there's no freaking way this game's coming this year.
There's no way. I'm with you. I have to agree with that prediction.
Okay. Next one, Wolfenstein 3, also from Bethesda, is announced and drops this fall, exclusive to Xbox.
Ooh.
If it's on PlayStation, I lose this one. So,
what if it's a timed exclusive? Would Bethesda do that?
I lose this one if it's timed. It's got to be. My feeling is Microsoft bought the IP, and they're gonna make a huge statement this year with one of the Bethesda games like exclusive, stamped. Like, sorry PlayStation, you're not getting the niceness here.
Dang. I think Xbox is gonna do that, but with Wolfenstein, I don't know.
I mean, I think Wolfenstein's bigger than you think it is. Like it's a pretty popular game. I'm not surprised you haven't played it. It's probably not your style, but it's a cool game.
No, and I agree with all that. I just think that Xbox is going to come out with a meat cleaver and just be like,
you don't think
Wolfenstein's
the meat cleaver? You think
I think they're going to go bigger. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think they're cooking up something massive from Bethesda, and they're just going to be like, here it is for Xbox.
So maybe they slowly lead everyone along where they're like, yeah, this is still on PlayStation. And then when it's like Elder Scrolls 6, it's like, nope, you're out.
Like, I would not be surprised. Maybe this should have been one of my predictions, that Elder Scrolls 6 has like a year and a half timed exclusive on Xbox. Just to kind of slap people in the face.
No,
I don't think Elder Scrolls 6 will be totally exclusive, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Project Athena, whatever, from Square Enix is like a 2-year timed exclusive. I think. Anyway, these are your predictions, not mine. Wolfenstein's going to come out.
No, I like the discussion. I do think Wolfenstein's 3 is. I am in the camp that Microsoft is going to start making stuff exclusive. I think they have to. It's not about like fanboyism or anything. It's just simply about business. And I think from a business standpoint, exclusive games move consoles. Like
they got to.
They got to
I mean, you're right. They got to drive the sales of that Master Chief Halo decal Series X.
Right. That's gonna be the honorable mention prediction. Okay. Number 4, Rockstar releases a Red Dead Redemption remaster of both games with 60 FPS and ray tracing.
Is this going to be a package?
This is going to be a combo. Red Dead 1 and 2 remastered, 60 FPS and ray tracing. Sorry, Red Dead 2 will just be 60 FPS and ray tracing. Red Dead 1 will be remastered to Red Dead 2 graphics, and it'll be a combo, one game. And it's coming before they announce GTA 6. I don't think we hear anything about GTA 6 this year.
Yeah, I know you're already right on that one. GTA 6 is also the other unicorn. It'll happen maybe if it exists ever.
I mean, I think this one, I really want this one to happen, and I know they have to be working on some kind of next-gen upgrade for Red Dead. I mean, Rockstar is the long tail studio. They they make these massive games, and then they they hang on. They somehow continue to make money off of them for like 5 or 6 years. Like GTA 5, I think, still tops sales charts to this day.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but yeah, they still do. Okay, so the package is coming. Man, if the package comes, I'm going to buy it and play Red Dead Redemption 1.
I actually think Red Dead Redemption 1 is better than 2 in many ways. Both incredible games, though. Okay, number 5. Yeah. We hear nothing about Switch Pro. 0.
Cameron, I can't tell you how close I was to actually putting this down on my list. Like, totally serious with you. There's been all this talk about the Switch Pro. Yeah, no, it's not happening. The Switch is doing way too well. Why would they do it?
Yeah, from a sales standpoint, like, there's so many factors, right? Like, everyone's like, oh, Switch Pro, like 4K, Breath of the Wild 2. And I'm like, look at how well the Switch is selling. It's selling so well. They can't keep up with demand. So imagine introducing another console into their supply chain, and they can't even meet the demand. And then they're also like, they risk pissing off their consumer base of everybody, all these new gamers who entered the market with Animal Crossing in 2020. And then being like, wait a minute, like, there's a new Switch? Like, well, and I don't know, maybe that just means like, I want the new Switch because it's got 4K, but
right.
I just don't think Nintendo plays that game. I don't think they play like the graphics game, and it's selling too well. Why muddy the waters?
I think they have zero reason to release a Switch Pro, honestly, because yeah, I'm totally with you. Why would they do it? Why would they spend the money, in R&D just developing the thing when they know that Breath of the Wild 2 is just going to drive sales immensely? They're making way too much money. I mean, I think you and I follow this same guy. I can't remember his last name, but it's Matt. I think it starts with an F. He posts all sorts of stats on sales and Nintendo.
Oh, I know. Yep.
You know who I'm talking about, right? Yeah. I love following him. Maybe when we post this online, we'll put his Twitter handle there because he's amazing to follow.
Matt Piscatella, I think.
Yes. F. Where did I get that? Anyway, the Switch is selling way too well, and its IPs are selling way too well. I mean, 3D All-Stars, a collection that people ragged on, topped the UK charts, I think, for like 6 weeks in terms of like Nintendo sales.
Yeah.
They have no reason to produce new hardware. And if Breath of the Wild 2 is like Breath of the Wild, it'll run on Switch.
Yeah, I think they have to do that. Like, why divide it? I mean, I would be really like, here's the thing about it though. Like, I'm the type of person where if they come out with a 4K Switch Pro, which again, I believe they're not going to this year, and it makes Breath of the Wild 2 like a better experience, like, I'm going to buy one just for that one game.
Yeah, for sure.
But that kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I just don't think they will. Especially, I don't see Nintendo ever being like, oh, Breath of the Wild 2 runs on Switch Pro, but not Switch. I mean, shoot, like, I own a Switch Lite, and I played Breath of the Wild on Switch Lite. The games that they release have to run on Switch Lite, and we think this is a problem with like PS4 and Xbox.
Right.
I mean, no, this is actually a problem for Nintendo, not for Microsoft and Sony.
Right.
And they're not going to release Breath of the Wild 2 unless it runs on Switch Lite. And they're not going to do anything exclusive or dumb. I don't know.
All right, Jake, that's number 5. Number 6, Game Pass cuts a deal with Ubisoft, bringing all classic Assassin's Creed games to the platform.
You don't think they'll bring Origins and Odyssey in that package too?
I don't think they will.
Okay.
I think it's going to be like the Ubisoft Vault, similar to the way EA like has the Vault, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they still consider Origins and Odyssey like premium. I think you could make an argument, but I'm just going to, for the sake of predictions, I'm just going to say no. It's going to be like Assassin's Creed Syndicate, 1, 2, 3, Brotherhood, and Black Flag, and like all those classic ones, part of Game Pass.
Okay.
Number 7, Sony and Naughty Dog announced an Uncharted sequel. It's PS5 next gen only, and it stars Nathan Drake's daughter.
It's bold, but...
Did you finish Uncharted 4, Jake?
I got a little further, but then...
You fell off. That's disappointing.
I just didn't have time.
Okay, I'll give you a minor spoiler in case you ever want to like YouTube the ending. But so at the very end, it shows Nathan Drake with his wife and their daughter, who's old. She's like a teenager in the end of the movie. The movie, it's not a movie. It feels like a movie. So anyway, that's not like a tough prediction, but there's a lot of different ways that they could go with it. I think because they had Uncharted Lost Legacy, but I think Uncharted's coming back. And when we know there's a movie, I think it's coming this year with Tom Holland, or next year or this year. I can't remember. I think it's coming back, and it's going to be Nathan Drake's daughter. I think it is.
I think you're right. I think you're totally right.
Okay, number 8, Halo Infinite launches with a battle royale.
Ugh, I want this prediction to be wrong. Just to be honest with you.
Why? Halo is perfect for battle royale, man. I know. Sorry, Freddy Go Boom. He is gonna decry me for saying this, but I think it's happening.
I just don't think that's Halo's jam. It's like a super dumb thing to say, and this is totally whatever subjective opinion based. I just think Halo's going to try to get a ton of people back with their Halo 2, Halo 3 online roots. I do agree with the rumors that multiplayer is going to be free to play. I think that's going to be true. But a battle royale, I don't see them innovating there. I think they want to release a stellar campaign that you can play with your friends, and I think they want everybody back in just Halo multiplayer as it's been.
I think the problem with that perspective is that battle royale is like just absolutely dominates in terms of like Twitch viewership and engagement for multiplayer. And there's this whole generation of gamers, young gamers who've grown up on Fortnite, and all they do is play battle royale. And I think I hate to say it, but like it's catering to the masses. And Halo, the way that it's designed, like with the combat and everything, I have to believe that this is going to be I would be shocked if it doesn't come with one, especially given the fact that multiplayer is probably going to be free to play. I would be absolutely shocked. I am very confident in this prediction.
So you think Battle Royale is going to come? Do you think it's going to come with the season pass model?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, if you want to be, look at Warzone, look at Fortnite, look at the games that are dominating the gaming conversation. Battle Pass, Battle Royale, on Twitch, updates to maps, like the whole thing. That's the business model. Unless Halo is coming to the forefront with a brand new multiplayer formula for live streaming, where they just completely change the game, which is very possible given that they've got another year. But I don't think they will. I think they have to knock it out of the park with this game and doing something completely brand new that no one's ever tested or proven out before. That's why I think it's Battle Royale, Jake.
Cameron, you're speaking logic to me, and I hate it. And my 14-year-old self says, stop.
I don't think
everything you say makes total sense. Makes total logical sense. It makes business sense.
I don't think I think you and Freddie are the same. Shout out to Freddie Go Boom. You and Freddie think the same way. Like, you think it's going to ruin Halo. It's not going to ruin your experience. I know you guys, it's going to ruin the purity of Halo. It's not. It's fine.
Hey, that got me real deep because it sounded like 14-year-old. No. I don't think it'll ruin the purity of Halo. Right? But fine. I mean, my response is 100% emotional. I just don't think it'd be awesome. But everything you're saying, I think, is spot on.
Okay, Jake. Two more. Number 9. A major studio surprise announces and launches a major battle royale in the same month or week or whatever.
So they pull an Apex.
They pull an Apex, yeah, this year. It's happening in 2021. Somebody's going to drop a big new battle royale, and it's going to be like, week's notice, and it's going to be big.
Okay.
And number 10, both Sony and Microsoft buy major mega studios in 2021.
All right. You remember hearing those rumors about Microsoft buying Sega?
Yep.
And?
That's what I'm saying. I think Sega and Capcom are the two that come to mind. And I'm talking like major mega studio, right? So like I am confident Xbox is going to announce another huge acquisition, and it's going to be probably either one of these companies or maybe even bigger. I could even go so far as to say maybe even, I don't know, Square Enix.
No. I draw the line.
Whoa, what?
Square Enix? You think they're going to buy them? I mean, I know Square Enix is pretty buddy-buddy with Sony, but can Sony even buy Square Enix?
No. They don't have the power.
Imagine if Microsoft
Okay, check this out. Square Enix reported 2020 earnings of 2.43 billion USD. Okay.
Chunk of change.
Bethesda all right, well, Square Enix might be too big, but Sega okay. They're gonna buy someone huge is gonna be. It's gonna be like one of those just as shocking as Bethesda. It's gonna be like, whoa, this is a major acquisition. This is crazy, and
okay.
I just hope and pray that it's not like Google or Amazon that buys one of them, and then we have to like go buy like a Luna or like a Google Stadia to go play like Final Fantasy or something. Can you imagine?
Oh, I bet you that Amazon is wishing they could buy Capcom or Sega. And
I mean they could.
They could, but I don't think Capcom or Sega would allow themselves to be purchased by Google or Amazon.
Yeah.
I think they would feel like their IPs would just drop off the face of the earth if they did.
I mean, their investors and their board might if the price is right.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
All right, let me quickly run through those, Jake. Number 1, Breath of the Wild 2 is announced and surprise released in May. 2, Starfield is heavily previewed but is not coming until fall 2022. 3, Wolfenstein 3 is announced for fall, exclusive to Xbox. 4, Rockstar releases the Red Dead Redemption remaster of both games with 60 FPS and ray tracing. 5, we hear nothing about Switch Pro. 6, Game Pass gets a deal with Ubisoft, bringing all classic Assassin's Creed games. 7, Sony and Naughty Dog announce an Uncharted sequel, next-gen exclusive, starring Nathan Drake's daughter. Halo Infinite launches with a Battle Royale. A major studio surprise announces and launches a major Battle Royale, and both Sony and Microsoft, both studios. So I don't get this one unless both companies buy a big studio.
Sony's saving me here.
Major mega studio, akin to Bethesda, like Sega or Capcom. Any objections, Jake? You didn't object to any of these. I feel like you kind of just agreed with all of them.
I mean,
except for the Battle Royale.
I think I'm okay with most of them. I think maybe specific details like the Battle Royale or Square Enix or I don't know. I mean, like the Switch Pro one, I'll be honest, I almost wrote that one myself. I really can't disagree there. The Assassin's Creed one.
Too easy?
I don't know.
What if I throw Origin?
I think it's too small for Microsoft. I think if Microsoft is going to pair with Ubisoft, they're going to pair in a big way.
Okay, fine. What if I add Origins and Odyssey?
No, because they're probably not going to. Well,
okay, how about this? All Assassin's Creed games except for Valhalla.
Okay.
Okay, well, how about this?
I don't think this is too easy. I just think it's too specific. I think if Microsoft is going to do something,
no, I think just
a huge
Ubisoft deal. Does that work? It's going to be a huge deal for Game Pass.
No, yeah, I 100% think it will be. I would not be surprised if that deal was the 3 most recent Assassin's Creeds, including Valhalla.
That would be crazy.
I'm actually shocked that they haven't done Origins and Odyssey. Like, this was a prediction I had just among our friends like a year ago. I thought for sure that in part of the hype towards Valhalla, they were going to take on Origins and Odyssey onto Game Pass.
I think it's going to happen. Jake, that's pretty much it. That's our predictions episode. Any other thoughts about 2021 or what's to come?
I think Sonic is going to... I don't know why I've been thinking about Sonic lately, but I think Sega's going to try to do something with Sonic and it's not going to work.
That is depressing. So we'll just skip right past that.
It's depressing, but it's also very easy.
Well, Jake, 2021 is looking to be an exciting year. We already had some bad news in that Hogwarts Legacy is delayed to 2022, like we just talked about. That's I got to be honest. That is pretty gutting to me. I was really looking forward to that one, but that's okay. I think hopefully that just means it's going to be that much better of a game, just like Halo Infinite getting delayed. So, big year this year. Yep. Lots of video games, still lots to play from last year that I haven't even finished. I haven't even made it like halfway through a lot of these games. So, man, beginning of the year, but it already feels like we're like halfway through.
It does, and I'm trying to wrap up as many games as I can before the end of this month. Maybe I'll do Hitman 3. That's like the 20th though, right? That's not even the end of the month. I'm going to try out The Medium. I don't like horror games, but they kind of got me hooked with this dual world thing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to try out The Medium. I'm actually really excited for Project Winter. It's a game that kind of is like Among Us. It's been on Steam for a long time. It's coming to Game Pass this month.
Right.
This is a game I've been following, but I'm rarely playing on PC, so I haven't thought about it. But anyway, I'm trying to wrap up a ton of games in January so I can prepare for the rest of the year.
Lots of games to play. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Pre-Order Bonus. Cleanup items. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. We just recently hit 3,500 downloads. We're continuing to grow at a faster and faster rate. Please subscribe if you like what you hear. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to have the links to the podcast down below. And please like and subscribe. That really helps us out. And then additionally, we started a Discord channel. So if you want to give us feedback, if there's something you want us to talk about, a game that you want us to do a whole episode on, heck, the first one that posts on our Discord channel, I hereby declare whatever game they post, we will do an episode on. How about that? So get on the Discord channel. It's the Pre-Order Bonus Discord. That link is also going to be in the podcast description and YouTube. Come chat at us. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a great night. Or great day, whichever.